I like how you put it, God be with us.
Because that is the meaning of Emmanuel.
I thought it's God with us.
Oh, then I...
But it's better.
So it was accurate to this.
Yeah, I said I
did-
like it a bit more
I
because
did-
it's
I did.
it's representative of...
When I typed it, and then I thought, sure, his name is terrible. Like, it's not great, in that sense. But it was actually my mistake.
Let's see. Let me just double check.
No, you're right. Yeah. Because it is, the one
But
is like,
he's-
God
he's-
is with us, and then the other one is like the plea.
Emmanuel, Hebrew name, that means God is with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Or
That's what I meant.
God with us.
Yes.
But God be with us. It's better. I do prefer it.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm happy.
Welcome back to Nice Try. Oh, it's been a bit of a break, and we're so delighted to be back here with you, all the new listeners. Thank you so much for joining in the conversation. Great to spend time with you here behind the mic. Again, Timothy, Joshua.
What do you do, baby?
Timothy is, of course, talking about the starting lineup for this Saturday, where the Springboks will take on England, a bruised England. But we won't get into that right away. Let's just have a quick look back, because there were other matches played this last weekend. It is officially, I think the official name, the Autumn Nations Series, where for the most part it's North versus South. I know there were some, like the French and Japan, they're both in the Northern Hemisphere, so it's not North versus South, so we're not going to talk about that match at all.
Sure.
But Ireland lost to New Zealand in a quarterfinal rematch. Italy went down to Argentina in a whopper 50 points. Argentina beat Italy 50-18, so well done to them. And then Fiji, my favorite flying Fijians, they beat Wales 24-19. And then my match of the weekend, Australia, getting it in the last dying seconds, actually beyond the dying seconds, 42-37. And then the weekend was sealed off by the world champions, 32-15 against Scotland. Did the scoreboard flatter the Springboks?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent. I think there were periods where we should have done more. When we missed 2 kicks to the line, and then our lineouts weren't functioning. We weren't actually getting much. I think we only maybe got 2 penalties on our scrum.
Scotland there was a short.
Yes, they were very quick in getting the ball out, just as soon as we started to really dominate. So, those things go a different way. Then it could be a case where the scoreline sort of accurately reflects what took place. But I think if you were just watching, and the sense that you come away from the game, it kind of seems like, it's like 17 points. Like
When?
Yeah.
How?
I mean, I initially thought it would be 20 points different. So it was quite close from that aspect. But yeah, it wasn't a convincing 17 points. I will say I was a bit encouraged by South Africa and their ability to finish, because typically
that's been a problem.
that's typically a South African sort of Achilles heel, where we get in, we make an entry, and then we just don't take our chances. And it seemed like every time we got in, like close to the line, we came away with points. So that maybe speaks to the Tony Brown and executing and being extremely lethal, especially on the counter attack. I think we've been we really have another sort of element to our game.
Yes.
But I think Scotland had their periods. I'm just comparing it to the game in the World Cup.
Oh, that was like they weren't even there.
But so
Whereas this one, they looked almost prepared. Like you say, of course, they're known for their maul defense.
Yeah.
And that is something we do and we're not able to do as we would against someone else. And then, like you mentioned, they knew how to diffuse the scrum a little bit. Not all the time, though. Not all the time, but there were moments where it went in their favor. But that could also come down to how it was called in the moment.
Yeah, I think it's just like, particularly with the scrums, it seemed like it was very quick. Like it was in and out. So we really didn't have time. But just going back, I mean, I think maybe what could have happened was shut down completely in the World Cup. So Manie's tackle is like shades of Irban on Duan, right? Like a last ditch tackle that could have opened the game up in a different way.
Yes.
It happens much earlier. Certainly we love our cross kicks against Scotland.
But shame, they have to look.
Yeah, so I would say, just in terms of where I think the Springboks are, and going back to your question, is it a fair reflection?
Yeah.
What was the final score in the World Cup game?
I don't know, but Scotland only had 3.
I think it was 15-3 or 18-3.
Yeah, it was a really close first half.
Yeah.
And then the second half almost ran away.
I don't think they scored in
They
the second
didn't,
half.
no, because they kept that lonely little 3.
And so I think maybe what we can see from that is that our attack has developed.
Yeah.
Our defense is not as stingy, but still stingy enough to, not have us concede. And so I think it's more or less, we obviously missed a few key defensive players as well.
Yeah.
We mustn't, like, in Chasing the Sun, everything was said that Scotland was the final, really. That they, because they knew that
The must win.
the must win, exactly. And so it was like pretty much our first strength team. And we have a second strength team. I wouldn't say second strength, but it's tough to call in the Springboks. But they were able to deliver such a resounding at the end performance.
It was 18 points to 3.
Okay.
So also a 15
points.
margin.
Well, 2 points better. So we have Manie playing back then, obviously. We have Willie starting this time. So there's a whole bunch of changes, and yet the Springbok machine keeps, chugging along. And I think we can be proud. It's away from home. It's not a neutral venue, so I think it was a good performance. I guess the standard is of such a nature that people still consider that, something that is not great. Because if I recall correctly, the last time we played there, it was a close game, a high-scoring close game, like 28-26 maybe, if I remember correctly. But so there obviously is some sort of progression.
Yeah, and that is what this is about, this time of year, these matches. It is big picture thinking. And on that, looking at the team was announced on Thursday, and Rassie obviously isn't sentimental. Because, Mapimpi, he's now equal with Jacques Fourie in total try tally. And then, of course, Willie was on his 98th. So he's eyeing 100.
Yeah.
And neither of those players are anywhere near the team on Saturday. And so, I thought, of course, he'll play them so that they can achieve these milestones. But no, that's not what we're here for.
Yeah, I definitely thought Willie would have his swan song. But I think he is maybe looking at that sort of consecutive stamping your authority, most wins in the calendar year, World Cup, World Champions, year end with world number 1 ranking. I think he is thinking of that. And he has this. I think there was also talks about us moving Argentina's game in the rugby championship to Twickenham.
Ooh.
So I think there's probably going to be more. He has more insight of what the calendar looks like going forward. So I don't think he's jeopardizing that sentimental part.
Yeah.
And so, he's probably weighing up his options and thinking, okay, but I mean, I guess if England had won on the weekend, maybe he changes it because he knows now it's like a wounded animal and we need our best, we need our strongest.
So maybe his big picture, he's already worked out that Willie will have his 100th in Bloemfontein or something that's sentimental in that sense. Like he did with our Argentina, losing in Argentina and coming back. to Bombela.
Yeah.
He knows more than any of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no Willie, no Mapimps. That back line.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I was, however, not surprised, but I was like, oh, Lucanio on the bench.
Yeah, like out of all the backline players, I would have thought they would have had Vali there. But if you're going 5-3, you might as well put Lucanio on because he has played on the wing as well.
Yes.
So, but I would have taken Moody. Because I think he had a consistently good game.
What I like about him, he's such a cutie, is he makes a couple of mistakes and then he works doubly hard. It's probably the youth. He brushes it off and he doesn't get down about it. He doesn't go around sulking.
Yeah.
And I think they also talk about that kind of attitude in Chasing the Sun, where it's like, no, you get up and you go and
again,
get the next ones. So I do like watching that and watching him in that. Speaking of him, what did you make of, and those who have been with us since the beginning will know why I ask, Andre Esterhuizen?
So in contact, there's never an issue there. There was never an issue there.
Okay.
We know what he can do. But there was an opportunity. We had the ball out wide and he just needed to pass.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking, okay. I just think I'm not holding it against him. But we have other players that can do things differently, and I prefer that. It's still something he's been playing well for the Sharks. He's even got a sort of a better, I don't know, feel of the game at the Sharks of when to go and when to.
Yes.
Even even I'm thinking of that try early on in their tour with Ethan Hooker. There's a 1-2 between him and Ethan Hooker
nice.
on the left side.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. And then typically I would have just assumed that he would have just, tried to bulldoze, someone. So I did laugh though. So there's this one, period in the game, and I think they were trying to get Tui Pallotta was trying to get at Pollard specifically. He got bounced a couple of times and missed a few tackles, but Pollard's in first tackler and Andre comes in as assist tackler, and he's on his knees trying to stay low.
Yeah, there's again, brush it off, do it better next time.
Yeah,
he's definitely concentrating on his tackling technique.
So I just had a chuckle because I'm like, there was definitely someone in his ear to say whoa guys,
keep it low.
Keep it low. But it was so comically low.
Yeah. Oh.
But I thought he had a reasonable game. He had a few runs that really sort of disoriented the defense, and that's what you get with someone with that sort of characteristics.
Yeah.
Same like Ma Nonu, same like
Bandiaki,
not Fiku, Dante from France. You just need that.
Yes.
But Damien's also defensively elite, and his passing is also much better. But I like his comment as well. I know it's gonna ruffle some feathers where he said he'd rather play 8 caps for South Africa and they'd rather
get that citizenship over there.
Each to their own. I think we must let people say what they feel, you know, and that's what he believes.
Yeah.
Cameron, are you listening? Please.
Stay. Your time will come. It's a big picture.
Well,
okay, moving on then to that side of the team. Of course, you know, there was that sentimental element, I feel, with Kwagga, having him start, which is not his strength. Because he reads so well, but he needs that time. He needs that time on the bench to figure things out and then come on and make the most. But he was, I feel like he was let down and he let himself down.
I think just, so for me, Kwagga's moving at like 200 miles per hour, right? When everyone is moving at 100 miles per hour, you just look silly. But if people are moving at 50 miles per hour, then you look like a superhero. And that's the only analogy that I can kind of think of. I think he is not of the caliber that can start against tier 1 nations.
No.
Their forwards literally are stronger, bigger. Like, you can't teach that.
Yeah.
You can have as much energy as you want. If someone's going to hold you up, they're going to hold you up.
Yeah.
And then I think he starts to try to make up for that.
Yeah.
And then it causes like
He
a
panics.
sort of a ripple effect,
Yeah.
right? Because, I mean, the kicks, Ulrich was catching most of the kicks, or they were lifting people. So, right, so that wasn't part of his eighth-minute role. But then the things that you expect him to do, and you know, maybe look, he wasn't with the most experienced
6 and 7.
exactly. It's Marco and Ulrich, and I think Marco also didn't have the best of games, and so maybe this is just to get a picture of this is who you are and this is how we can use you, rather than trying to, you know, square peg in a round hole. But yeah, Kwagga off the bench, world class.
Yeah.
I've said this.
Yes, we have.
We have. So it's just maybe he was sentimental, but he knows obviously that he was going to have the squad for England, so maybe that was like a calculated thing. Because I mean, Jasper, when he came on, was
exceptional.
He was exceptional. He was really good. I think Jasper's sort of up in the Wales. We don't know if that is his jersey, but we'll chat about.
Yes. So speaking of people who you have 50-50 feelings for, you know, Arthur was the first one to come on off the bench. He made it was great to see Sos again. You know, we've missed him, unsung hero of the World Cup and so on. But a little bit of rust, and also the lineouts weren't going our way. So, you know, things just weren't necessarily, it wasn't 100% of the time. Arthur comes on and he has his arms swinging and it looks flashy. But yeah, then of course the rest of the monsters came on, and that made such an impact. This week, Grant, who was incredible off the bench, he starts. Now, we saw things in Cape Town. What's the thinking here? Is it because a Grant and Manie combo works so well on the attack? What's happening at 9? Yes, Jaden wasn't Jaden on Saturday, but
as Grant and Manie started together before. I'm just trying to think through the catalog.
Not starting together, no. Being on at the same time, but not necessarily starting.
I can count on my hand how many times they've even been on the same pitch. I'm just thinking, where was the
So
last?
then what's this then? Why
Maybe
are
it's
they?
something that they want to.
Is it because on paper you're that, let's put it together and see what happens?
Well,
like, this is what we're imagining you'll be together?
Maybe they want to see what it looks like.
Okay.
But with Grant, I will say, obviously I've had my reservations, but I think we must also recognize that, you know, when players come on at different times of the game, the game that they have compared to the game that was is completely different.
Oh, yeah.
And so it might play into their strengths, or it might
Yeah.
make them worse. A typical, or another example was Cortez Ratema against Ireland.
Yeah.
He looked like, he basically played like Jaden. Very hassled, very sluggish. And then, who's the guy that came back now for Cam Roygaard, sorry. So Roygaard
Come with
comes.
these English names in New Zealand.
So Roygaard comes on, and it looks like Aaron Smith's playing.
Yeah.
And so then I was thinking to myself, yeah, but like Ireland were pestering at the ruck, the same way Scotland was.
Yeah.
And Josh van der Vlier, Kaelan Doris,
Yeah.
Jack Ryan, these people live for
Yeah,
that.
they
right?
know that's their bread and butter.
But now they're getting tired.
Okay.
And so now there's, but I will say, you put Fourie du Preez in any situation.
Come on now.
You put Aaron Smith in any situation. They are going to figure things out and
Yeah.
adjust their game accordingly. And that's why I think maybe Jaden missed a beat there, where there were way too many times that he was getting hassled. And now, you have to probably go and watch it with a fine-tooth comb and see, was the team structured correctly? Maybe Jaden's having to wait.
Yes.
All of these things. But I think that the moments that Jaden did have on the ball, he could have done better. And when Grant comes on, he does everything, what we expect.
Yeah.
So hopefully, because England were as niggly at the ruck, they've got a few people that can really disrupt it. And the law changes as well have changed things, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't have a blocker on your kicks and say what you want.
That's not something we're getting used to.
But say what you want, Jaden's, and up until this point, has proven he's a better kicker.
Yeah.
Just a technical box kicker than Grant. And so how Grant deals with that extra pressure, we'll see. He's been looking much better for the Sharks, I will say. But that's like a super dominant pack against touring teams. So the truth is,
What do we have now?
no, but we touring, right?
Yes.
They were incoming.
Yeah.
So he looked much better. So we'll see how he looks at Twickenham.
Another 2021.
Oh, really? For some reason I had 2014 in my mind.
Is he the same as Thomas?
Same side.
Yeah.
Well, Thomas is a swing prop, so he plays both sides. But I think...
But on this past week, people were like, yeah, Thomas, get in. Like, nope. He just got the ball in his hand and walked forward. Yeah. There was no obstacle in front of him. But, are you excited to see him? I can't remember him I can't remember that. I know he's in URC. He does the job. But I guess that's a nice opportunity for him.
Yeah, it's weird that Thomas Latour is not on the bench.
Yeah, because these are his peeps. He knows, he knows this
Player of the year.
corner. Yeah. He knows this corner.
Shame he didn't have a bad game, but I think,
But again, the standard.
Yeah. I think Wilco, the only sort of recent games that I've seen is obviously with the Bulls, and he's been really dominant in the scrum. He's a good tackler. Only thing is mobility. Like, if he tackles you, but the issue is
He goes with you.
No, the thing is him getting to you.
Oh.
So I wouldn't suggest running into him, because you're in for some pain. But I feel like, so when he started at the Stormers, he always looked huge. Like, just his thighs are crazy big. And I always thought, this guy's a bit too, he's too big, yeah. But then I think he lost some weight. And then after, when he came back, he's back to, But I will say, it's not like he's a complete liability. But he's definitely like a bomb squad, sort of 40-minute Sia Kulisi kind of. Yeah. He just doesn't have the same legs like your France or someone like that. But I think he's probably been the most dominant prop outside of Ox, Springboks is really not featured much in the URC. But Wilco, like, people have to game plan for this man. He's like a terror. So, I mean, another boon for us. It will just be interesting to see how because I mean, other Bulls do play an enterprising sort of free-flowing rugby, so it's not as if he's slow us down from there. So yeah, I'm happy. I think his age profile is also something that can take us to the next World Cup, so I like it from that aspect. And then we also have to consider maybe they want Thomas more at the one, because Kutsov is shame. It's not looking great.
Yeah, it's devastating.
So maybe they're thinking, long term. Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that's going to be on top of England's agenda? Like, how do they plan for this? Because you've got this backline who's shown, I mean, it's not that many changes from the Bombela match. So they have some video, to work on. But yeah, what's England doing? What are they practicing as we speak? What are they
cheering?
Yeah, what are they doing? Because how do they prep? I mean, I'm pretty sure they were not expecting to lose against Australia. So they were probably going to take Monday and Tuesday off. And now it's whoa.
Yeah, look, I mean, I was going to make a joke to say that they're probably practicing their cheering of winning turnovers and things like that.
So they'll be watching the Irish matches video.
But that was a crazy kick, though. I'm not even going to lie. That was a kick that you thought, oof, this is going to change this game. Because I've never seen that.
But change the game? There were like 3 minutes left. Well, there wasn't a lot of time left.
No, there was enough time for them to mount a comeback. Okay. But, I mean, England is on another level.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, they would be on the 5-meter line, knock the ball on, get the scrum, force the scrum to go down, and then like cheer. I'm like, nah, guys, come on, man.
Plastic energy.
What are we doing? But what can they do? That's the thing. Like, people know what South Africa does. It's stopping it. Mike Tyson says you always have a plan until you get hit in the face. Great quote. Because I mean, there's some point where you can't.
Yeah.
You need to really. South Africa's game is based on physicality.
Yes.
You need to bring that sort of dog gutter energy.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's.
Do they have it? Do they have anyone who has it?
Itoje, I mean, he's, renowned.
Yeah.
Also, almost kicked Talia in his face with that try that the All Blacks scored against him. Like, you can't do that. Trying to slide, tackle. Anyway.
So is it going to come down to those, like, dirty tactics?
Look, England have somehow played us close. At least in World Cups.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Well, some of them, not finals.
The last time we played, beautiful game. I just remember Kurt-Lee skinning Mr. Marcus Smith. Oh, that was wow. I can still see him flying. That's just that inside out. Hey, there we go.
It is a thing of beauty, yeah.
It is a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
So, look, they'll be licking their wounds. Like you said, they didn't expect. And what's that, 5 out of 6 now, eh? Where they were also leading at the 60th.
Yes.
So, I want to maybe question Borthwick.
Yeah, what are you doing? Because he's got individuals.
He's got a good squad. Like, it's not a squad that should lose 5 out of 6.
And against Australia.
Come on, guys. Man. What are we doing?
I was cheered. It's the first time ever that I cheered for Australia. But, even so, I was not expecting that.
So I only watched the highlights. I got home and then I was like, oh. I actually didn't know the score. So I watched the highlights. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. And I was like, hey, I didn't support anyone. I was just there.
It's nice to watch as a neutral.
Yeah, it was just
But it's
there
England.
Yeah, but it's Australia. Let Australia get any sort of... I'm sure they want to announce this Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. Joseph Soali. They want to announce this man as probably breakthrough player of the year.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
You know, we shouldn't
You
give them an
can't.
inch.
Yeah.
Don't give them an
No,
inch.
no.
Just remind them, guys. You know, what was the score
Well,
last time we played?
Where is it at?
Exactly. But it was nice. So the theater of
Yeah.
the game was nice.
Yeah. Coast to coast.
Listen, that last try was beautiful. I did feel like, I mean, it wasn't something like really fancy.
No, I can't even remember the try itself.
I just like the little. I like people should start using that a bit more. That pivot. So he's got the back towards the defender, and then
Yeah.
you know, because it gives him more options. He can go either way,
Yeah,
and you
Willie
can't.
does that, no?
No, Willie will never be able to handle that. I would maybe look to Damien to do it because he
Okay.
can handle the contact.
Damien Willem, sir.
No,
Okay.
Dalindi,
Really?
because he's a big body.
Wait, just tell me again.
So
Maybe I'm picturing
instead
this
of
wrong.
facing towards the try line,
Yes.
they're facing their own try line.
Uh-huh.
And what that gives them is the defender can't see where the ball is eventually going to
Okay,
go.
so the direction of the hands.
Exactly.
Okay, now I'm with you.
So what I'm saying is, it's a nice sort of trick play because you can have runners inside and outside. Or see, Tony, call me. Thank you. You can have a up and under.
Oh,
Because if you
from there.
you kick behind your
Okay,
head,
yes.
no one is gonna expect. I have
Yeah.
seen that done in rugby before, but I'm saying like that would be a nice variation. And so you need someone that is willing to take and not have to brace necessarily. They're like
They can take the pressure.
exactly because
The knock.
you can't do that with a player that's not used to contact like Willie.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about
no,
kicking in
He's the
space.
Nas. Yes.
Kicking in
Nas.
space.
Okay, yeah. But then, yeah, Damien can't kick.
So I would have said someone like Dwayne could do it. Because he's got the hands. And you're going to get hurt tackling him.
Oh, 100%. Actually, you won't tackle him. You'll just wait.
You know? Listen, I was so... I'm just loving Peter Stiff's game IQ.
Guys, he's
crazy.
a scientist. He's one below Rassie, isn't he?
It's crazy how he evaluates the game situation. How many times did he pick up the ball because he knew the ruck was going to get
Yeah,
the
he
so
just
he just
knows.
picks up, goes,
He's
and he's
5
like...
steps ahead.
But
Yeah.
you see,
it's reading.
had Jaden
yeah.
have something like that makes the ruck cleaner.
True.
Because now they're nervous. They can't just try and counter because Peter Stiff is just going to go around them.
Okay,
Like,
so
it's-
Grant's going to have that.
Yes, he will. He will.
And that makes things better.
Yeah. But Australia, England, surely, you're kind of nervous as a Springbok fan because you think their time has to come.
Yeah.
They're going to have to see one of these games,
Yeah.
through.
And also imagine the world champions,
Exactly, they would
what
love
will they be
nothing.
like? Oh my
They
word.
would love nothing more than that.
So, we're driven by hunger. So I'm just imagining that they could be too, and they're driven by, jobs because you want to keep it. They have a few changes. I just want to double check for you. I know Tom Curry.
Yeah,
He's obviously out,
They changed
and
the scrum
then
off as well.
Faye Waboso
He's out
He's
injured.
out. Although was he playing? I was so confused. He was on and off
Yeah.
quite a bit, so I didn't keep track of him too much. But Borthwick said they're desperate to win. That was the quote from his press conference this week. Desperate to win. Is desperate to win enough? Are we desperate to win?
Yeah, I mean, look, that scrum is we're going to feast it.
Yeah.
So that's a massive platform for us. We need to sort out these lineouts. Erg starting should help with that. And then, I mean, it's not a bomb squad. But, I mean, their bench is not something to go on about. And then we have the insurance policy of for South Africa there as well. So hopefully Manie gets to cook. The last time we were at Twickenham, it went well for us. Record win against the All Blacks. You know?
Yeah.
Or was it sorry against
And it was
Wales as well? We played Wales.
entertaining.
We
Oh
played
yeah, that
Wales
was
as
also
well.
there. Yeah, this year's Qatar Cup.
How I wish, Sash, come on guys. This would have been
Yeah, this
his
would have
time
been
to shine.
his
Wow.
breakthrough
Yeah.
player award
I did
ceremony.
see he was training at the Stormers, so hopefully
Okay.
come back
See you
soon.
soon.
Come back soon.
Okay. Actually, I was just looking. I was looking because you said it's not really a bomb squad, so I was looking again. What
Yeah,
do you
I'm like,
mean?
who's this means? Coward Dicky. That man is dirty though. Dang, Cole is still playing. 2014.
That's definite 2014.
Yeah.
That's
That's when he made his
2014.
50th cap,
Oh
Sika.
my word. Desperate to win, so much so, in fact, in the English media, they're saying that if Borthwick loses this, he's out.
I think that will be a bit haphazard. There's tweaks that probably get England to a very respectable year. They've obviously got injuries now as well.
Yep.
I tell you, Alex Mitchell, massive miss.
Oh, yeah.
He's a massive miss.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the best goal kicking nine. Not goal kicking. Open field kicking.
box
kicking.
kicking.
Nine in the world. And it's not even close. And so that's a massive weapon. And especially now considering the rules change.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got someone like Freddie Stewart that's really good in the air. It's a big miss. But you can't have your game, predicated on one or two players.
No. Although when they bring Ford on, it feels like they're expecting miracles.
Yeah, I didn't understand that change against the All Blacks. But it's very funny. Like winning solves so many things. Because had Ford slotted that drop goal, right, or the penalty, New Zealand lose. They go into Ireland with a different sort of atmosphere.
Yeah.
And now, like nothing really separated New Zealand and England in all of their matches so far. And yet you think one is completely off the reservation if you're talking about top teams. So, yeah, I think it'd be silly to let Borthwick go. I think it will really depend on the nature of the loss. If they get smashed, then
It's different.
it is different. But you think that they'd have the World Cup in mind? Because what he was doing, I thought he was building something respectable.
And he took over something that was in pieces.
Hearing the story of was it Danny Kay? They was talking about Eddie Jones and how toxic the environment was. Yeah, so essentially, right? Calling people idiots and it wasn't the best of atmospheres. I think it would be silly.
Okay. Well, then that's good because then that takes away a bit of the desperation. But yeah, are you calling it? Like, what do you think we're able to get a prediction in? What are you hoping to see?
I think we'll win. But I think it will be I don't know what the weather is like. The weather's always the curve, or if it's raining, then
we'll take Manie off after 30.
yes.
Yeah.
Then that's
because he might have some PTSD from the last time it rained against England.
Yeah, I'm just checking the weather, but weather aside, if it's, you always have to caution, like, if there's no cards, 15 versus or 23 versus 23, I think South Africa should comfortably come up with a 2-score difference, so 14 points to 10. I think 10 to 14 is what I would think. And yeah, if it's rainy, I think that will be narrowed down maybe to something like 9 or 6 points. I don't see us losing.
Well, that's confident. I like that. We'd, of course, love to hear your thoughts as well. And that could be thoughts on the matches that were or the matches coming up. A reminder, Friday, there's so much rugby, they have to start early. Friday, Ireland play Argentina. That's 10 o'clock South African time in the evening.
Sure.
On Saturday, the main event, England hosts South Africa on Saturday, the 16th. And just after 7:30, I guess, they'll sing the anthems. Kickoff 1940. And then France play New Zealand 10:10. That's a rematch for, what was that, the semi?
Opening.
No, they didn't make it to the semi.
Opening game.
Oh, the opening, yes, the opening. Yes, I'm sure New Zealand will want to turn that on its head. And then Sunday, two teams who have really, they're just, man. But one is on the ascendancy. Wales, Australia, 6:10 in the evening. Can Australia bring another one back? Or, yeah, shame, man. Can Wales do something good? My heart breaks for them. Yeah, that's the action this weekend. Lots to look forward to. It's always great to see, what everyone's doing, how they're growing, if they are. And it is sort of like a little bonus, these end of year matches. Just when we miss them, we get to see them again. For me, it's Wilco Louw, his return. I'm excited to see that. I'm also excited for Grant to put a stamp on things, to kind of show himself as a starter. And, of course, Emmanuel. He is back. Maybe a little bit of redemption for him as well because of the last time he faced England.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are my top three. What about you?
Woo,
That's how you prompt.
nice. I think for me, I'm just a bit concerned about Kurt-Lee.
Oh.
Yeah, I think, since the concussions and the injuries that he's had, he's not the same sort of
Butcher.
dynamic player. Maybe he's more of like a lethal finisher now,
Okay. I can live with that.
But he was more of like a game breaker. This guy gets the ball, people are nervous.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, and I hope he doesn't shy away from these aerial attacks because that's where they're going to test him. And it's different having a facial injury. I think it plays games with your mind. That's probably why Sia's so crazy because you haven't seen any difference. And I mean, I don't think, I'm obviously speculating because I don't think they would put the players out there at risk.
Yes.
But at least that's what Rashi said. So I'm hoping just, come back to the site where it all began, step a joker there.
Yep.
Fly.
We want to
fly.
see it.
Yeah. So I would love for him to have a good game. This is going to sound selfish. Maybe a late replacement for someone. Hanekom replace them. That would be beautiful. Where do you think he's going to play?
Oh, that's because I thought that also made a difference with Ulrich last week, having him at 7.
Yeah.
And maybe they did that to see if he could go 7 with Cameron 8. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
that position's also so strange because you really need to. I know people can play both, but the best are the best in one.
Well, did you see New Zealand's?
Oh yes,
Ardy's back.
Ardy's now going. So
7.
that's Satiti.
Satiti's game.
Who's the new Ardy?
No, he's not Ardy. But Ardy, I think at 7 is something else.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
Imagine, because at number 8 is something else. So
Yeah,
this
so-
is next level. Although I'm here for
So I think
the future of CTD.
Cam can do something similar, but he's more of a fetching threat as well. So maybe like a replacement for Sia.
Okay.
Because we struggling there. Marcos, not really.
Nope. He's not that guy.
So and Cam can play the wide stuff in the trams.
Yes.
He's got the hands. He's got
We'll
the
see
speed.
against Wales.
Oh,
Come on.
I'll be so disappointed.
If he goes all the way there
And he
this is
doesn't
not-
get
because
it.
it's-
Come on,
Wales.
come on, guys. Please, I'm begging. I'm pleading. This is, to be honest, the success of the tour hinges on this.
Yeah, because that's all you wanted from the whole tour.
Thank you. So I'll be very disappointed. And then I will watch the next game.
Okay, well, let us know what you're hoping for, what you're looking for, what'll disappoint you, what'll surprise you, and what will delight you. Timothy, always such a pleasure.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Until next time, this is Nice Try for the fans.